Turn my
Okay, well, morning, everybody. So welcome to the Intradermology training. We're just going to have a little bit of a deeper dive into all of the products, their uses, some regimes. I'm going to show you the glossary. This training presentation is also in the Intradermology Dropbox, so I'll resend that to you at the end of the training as well, so that you can see what's in there. But also, we'll probably have a little quick flick through the Dropbox, so you know what's in there and what assets are available to you while you are selling and working with Intradermology. Feel free to ask questions as we go along. We're a small group. Just unmute yourselves or put your camera on and just ask me any questions as we're going through. So we're going to go over the introduction. We're going to have a little look at why it's different to other brands. We're going to talk about the approach of the range. We're going to look at some of the, we're going to look at all of the products and then outline some of the star ingredients and how they work with their key benefits. And then we're going to look at skin types and suggested routines. And I'll show you the glossary, which is there for you to use at any time. Daily, I'm getting questions about, is there this ingredient in intradermology and is there this ingredient in intradermology? And that's fine for the excipients, but if we're looking at active ingredients, all the active ingredients are in the glossary and what they do as well. So I'll show you that when we get to the end of it. So what I wanted to do when I created Intradermology was come up with something that was as good as some of the other leading brands, with active ingredients at the correct molecular weight and size and at the correct percentages to have a therapeutic benefit on skin health. I wanted it to be a product range that people could use and use in the long term, that gave them good long-lasting results as well. And I work with some of the best labs across Europe and some of the best formulators as well, who do in fact, manufacture other medically led skincare products as well, just to make sure that we are working with the best in the industry and we're actually delivering the results that we want to deliver. So it is a new skincare range. There's some new technology in there as well that are clinically proven ingredients to treat some of the most common skin concerns. We are unique and exclusive to the UK market for now. We are just about to launch in Mexico. We have a HA based, which is a HA based to a lot of our products, which is the sonicated HA. And sonicated HA is this unique technology, which I'll go into a little bit more when we get to the that slide as well. And then we have our hydroxysomal and liposomal technology in our Trirec complex as well. And we're also supporting clinics with a slightly higher profit margin than a lot of other skincare products do. I know somebody was saying to me the other day that one of their skincare ranges offers them a 30% profit margin. Most skincare ranges will offer a 50% profit margin. Our average is 64. So some products are a little bit higher and some products are a little bit lower than that. But if we average out the profit margin across the range, it's 64%. So let's have a little look at the approach. So we've got 4 cleanse and prep products to make sure the skin is clean and prepped for the next stages. We have 4, for now, heal and hydrate products, which are your serums. We have 2 moisturizers and 3 night repair products, and then 2 protect and prevent products as well. So we're going to look at each stage and what each stage has in it as the product. So cleanse and prep. By far, the 2 pillars of intradermology are wash your face and wear your SPF. And I think as skin health professionals, medical professionals, you understand this concept as well, but it's so important that you get that right messaging over to your clients as well. I have friends that don't wash their face at night, and then they come to me and want to know why they've got bad skin, why they're getting pimples, why they've got blackheads, all this kind of stuff. And they really don't understand why it is so important to wash not just your makeup, but your pollutants, environmental factors, dirt, sweat, and oil off your skin at the end of the day. So I think it's really important that we educate our clients on the importance of washing their skin, but also we need to be educating them on the importance of protecting the skin from pollutants, blue light, sun damage, etc. So for me, the two most important pillars of intradermology are washing your face and then wearing the Synergy 6. And that's why I wanted to make the Synergy 6 a really multitasking, hard-working product that you get the benefits of from just one application a day as well. Why is it important? Because what we want to do is remove everything that makes the skin barrier sensitive. So we can make this, lifestyle makes the skin barrier sensitive, UV radiation, alcohol, pollution, the weather, all different kinds of things can make the skin barrier more sensitive. So it's really, really important that we keep it clean and we look after it properly. Excuse me a minute, I'm just going to let the dogs back in. So what do we have in the range? We have 3 cleansers, and I always say that your cleansers should be selected on your skin type. And the skin types that we recognise are dry, oily, normal, or sensitive. Some people say, what should I do if I've got combination skin? I would argue somewhat that combination skin is a skin condition that we can try and balance out as best we can. And then we have the prep and refresh toner. So this can be used for all skin types. It's not overly good for people with a very, very sensitive skin. What I would recommend there is that what we need to do is rebuild the skin barrier function, and then we can start introducing a toner. The toners are to balance, excuse me, I'm getting pestered. The toners are to balance, sorry. The toners are to balance your pH of your skin, and then to balance the microbiome as well. But I'll go into a little bit more in depth about the ingredients that's in the toner and how it helps prep the skin for the next stage. So our strongest wash. So your strongest wash is for people with pigmentation, fine lines and wrinkles, dry skin, dehydrated skin, but not a sensitive skin. And that is our glycolic wash. Now, this is a 4% glycolic, so it's quite a strong wash. It is suitable for daily use, particularly for people who have a thickened, toughened, and not such a sensitive skin. And then we have a 2% lactic acid in here. So lactic acid, again, working on that skin barrier, that moisturization within the skin, working on fine lines and wrinkles, as well as that exfoliating of those dead skin cells as well. So glycolic acid is really good at shedding off those dead skin cells from the stratum corneum. It smooths the skin. It aids skin renewal, and it helps improve the texture and the tone of the skin. It helps diminish fine lines and wrinkles, and as I said, works on that hyperpigmentation as well in the skin. I love this wash, but I'm a little bit sensitive, so I can only use this maybe 2 or 3 times a week. And obviously I'm very privileged in that I have access to these products all the time. So I do cycle amongst all of the 3 washes because I do have a combination skin. I do have rosacea. I can get oily and I can get dry. So I tend to use the wash for how my skin is presenting on that day. So I do like the glycolic wash. I like it. I like to use it if I'm going out for a night out and I really, really want to prep my skin before I put my makeup on as well, because it's a fantastic exfoliator. Now, the lactic wash. So the lactic wash is probably what I use the most of, because I do have a bit of sensitivity in my skin. I will say that the sensitivity in my skin since we launched these washes under the Wow Facial brand has completely changed. My skin is so different to how it used to be now, and that's because I'm treating it correctly and I have access to better quality products and more products as well, and I understand what my skin needs because I'm educated. Whereas when I was younger, all I was bothered about was drying out the oil, drying out the spots, and fundamentally damaging my skin barrier, which has led to me having this long-term sensitivity in my skin. So the lactic wash, really good for your rosaceas, good for your sensitives, but good for people who are dehydrated. People have age spots, dull skin as well. This is just a 2% lactic acid. It's suitable to be used morning and night every single day as well. Even people with the most sensitive skin who said to me, I can't use any acids on my skin at all, have come back to me and said, this is a fantastic, fantastic acid wash that my sensitive skin can really tolerate as well. And I think that's because it has this addition of aloe vera in there and glycerin. Now, one of the things that was really important to me in a wash is how a product rinses off your skin, because I've used many washes over the years, many different cleansers, and they all seem to leave a residue on my skin, which I don't like. I want my skin to feel very, very clean, very, very fresh and ready for the next stages of my skincare regime. But one of the things that I don't want it to be, especially as I've worked so hard over the years to improve my skin barriers, for it to feel stripped. And what I love about these washes is that they have a lovely clean rinse on them. They don't leave a residue on the skin, but they definitely don't leave the skin feeling tight, dry, irritated, or stripped. They're all very deeply clean, they all exfoliate, but they all have that specific skin type that they work better on. So the salicylic wash, and I think the salicylic wash has very quickly become one of our best-selling products. So a lot of people have told me that they've switched from some of the more expensive salicylic acid washes, that 2% salicylic. I think the Abaji one is a 2% salicylic acid. And what they've done is they switched their clients from Abaji to this one, and they're actually seeing better results for their clients as well, because their skin still doesn't feel stripped, but it's incredibly clean. So I use a salicylic acid wash when I'm feeling a bit oily, if I'm getting a little bit blemishy, if I've been out exercising and I'm sweaty and oily as well. The salicylic acid wash really makes my skin very, very clean and dry. I also suffer with a little bit of build-up sometimes and a bit of clogged pores, and the salicylic acid wash removes those very, very quickly. It's a 2% salicylic acid wash, as I've already said. And then it's lactic acid as well. And again, it's coupled with that aloe vera and that glycerin to help calm and soothe the skin, rebuild skin barrier function, keep it hydrated, not strip the skin as we're going through. Salicylic acid is, I call it a fat-seeking acid, and I think it's really, really important because we get asked questions all the day. What is the product that we need for oily skin? What is the product that we need for acne-prone skin? What is the product that we need for blocked pores and blackheads? It is salicylic acid wash, and I want you to imagine that salicylic chases fat. So anywhere where you've got excess oil, excess buildup, blocked pores, using the salicylic acid wash will really clean those out as well. So the instructions are all the same across the washes. You need a very, very small amount, just a pea-sized amount in the palm of your hands. Apply to a wet face. Gently massage over the skin for 30 seconds. It says they're avoiding the delicate eye area. If you've got sensitive eyes, 100% do that. But I very confidently can wash my mascara off with the salicylic, the lactic, or the glycolic wash. Now, in the morning, I would recommend that you only need to do one cleanse, particularly if you've washed your face at night. But if you're doing your routine at night and you've been out during the day and you've been wearing makeup and your SPF as well, I would definitely recommend that you do a second cleanse with the wash that's suitable for your skin. And then for your better results of the regime going onwards, I would always recommend that you use, after you've washed, particularly at night, if you're going to use the retinols as well, because this will really prep the skin for retinol use, is use the Prep and Refresh toner, balancing that pH, balancing that microbiome as well. So let's have a little look at the Cleanse and Prep Prep and Refresh toner. So it's very refreshing, it's smoothing, exfoliating, it's loaded with hyaluronic acid, so it doesn't feel, again, like you're stripping the skin barrier, even though it's got acids in there. So it's got gluconolactone, which is a polyhydroxy acid, which is really good at exfoliating the skin, reducing fine lines and wrinkles. It supports sensitive skin. Actually, gluconolactone has been labelled like the new glycolic because it is much better for more sensitive type skin as well. We have mandelic acid in there. So this is an alpha hydroxy acid that comes from bitter almonds. We use a lot of mandelic in the Wow facial peels as well. It really helps exfoliate the skin. It smooths the surface of the skin. It helps fight acne because it's very antibacterial. But what I like about mandelic acid is it's a really large molecule, so it has very, very superficial penetration into the skin, making it, again, another good option for your sensitive skins. Aloe vera to smooth and hydrate the skin. Again, it has that hyaluronic acid in it to keep the skin hydrated. And then in here, we have a very small amount of salicylic acid. And by small amount, I mean 0.4%. That just kind of just helps with that gentle resurfacing of the skin, cleaning off all that excess oil, which is going to prevent your serums from working effectively in the skin. So absolutely love our Prep and Refresh toner as well. It really helps with that buildup of dead skin cells. It helps your skin barrier rebuild itself. And it just, like I said, balances that microbiome and your pH. And that's because it's loaded with peptides that feed the microbiome on your skin as well. So keeping it really, really healthy. So what are the benefits? Let's have a little look. So we're prepping the skin with acids and peptides to reinforce your skin's microbiome. We're strengthening the skin. We're reducing damage by reactive oxygen species and free radicals because it's loaded with those antioxidant acids as well. We're preventing dehydration and desquamation, which is desquamation is that buildup of those dead skin cells on the stratum corneum. We're going to help rebuild the skin barrier function. We're going to leave the skin feeling healthy, protected and prepared, ready for the next stage. And then it's suitable for even more sensitive skins due to the hyaluronic acid content and the aloe vera in there as well. Super easy to use. I do like to use it on a cotton pad. So you just need a small amount on a cotton pad. I just put a couple of glugs onto a cotton pad and wipe it over. The reason why I like using a cotton pad is because you can see where you may not have cleaned off your makeup properly as well. And there's nothing more satisfying than just looking at a cotton pad when you wipe it over your skin, and there's nothing more satisfying than it coming off clean because it means you've done a good job of washing your face, but there's also nothing more satisfying than getting those last little bits of dirt off as well. And what I like to do with the Prep and Refresh toner is do things more like rub behind my ears and down the side of my neck, the back of my neck and things like that, where you might miss when you're washing your face. You allow the toner to absorb fully into the skin, and then we're going to use our ideal serum afterwards. Now, if you do not have cotton pads or somebody doesn't like using cotton pads, you can just pop a little bit on your face and rub it in and allow it to dry as well. They will still get the benefits of that exfoliation. They will still get the benefits of the peptides to balance out their microbiome and also to balance the pH of the skin. Everybody happy? Anybody got any questions?
Oh, good, lovely.
You all right, Beth?
I had one. It was just in relation to just the cleansers. It was just to say, do you think what are your thoughts on sort of like cream cleansers and things like that? Or are you sort of more focused on like exfoliation benefits from the sort of acidic base?
I think cream cleansers really, really have a place. And I think it is down to preference on what people like to wear as well. And when I developed these products, I'll be honest, I developed them on what I like to use, and I'm a face washer. I am, and I don't like the feel of a cream cleanser on my skin, but it would be down to preference. And I think for some people that have got a very, very sensitive, dry skin, sometimes a cream cleanser can be good. But again, with the when you're doing things like cream cleansers and excessive moisturizing, you're not really encouraging your skin barrier to rebuild itself. You're making it lazy. And I think it's really, really important that for people who already have a lazy skin barrier, what we want to be doing is encouraging it to build. And I think the majority, I know you're a little bit younger than us, Beth, but I do know what your client base is probably going to be that perimenopausal woman. They've probably got rosaceas, they've probably got some sensitivities. They may have never even really looked after their skin. And what I will say is that probably from the age of 35, you need a chemo exfoliating agent rather than a scrub
Right.
as well, because
Okay, fine.
scrubs can be really damaging for the skin. But
Yeah.
then there's nothing wrong with doing a double cleanse. So if you like the feel of a cream cleanser, you can do the cream cleanser first. But I would always say to make sure that you have got the cleanest skin to prep for the rest of your products, a chemo exfoliating agent that removes all that excess dirt and excess oil from the skin is really essential. There are some really good creamy cleansers out there. Like I love the pH Formula one,
Hmm.
the Exfo cleanse, but that's got a really good rinse on it. But then a lot of the ones that I just use, I feel like I can't get my skin clean
Yeah.
post
Yeah.
use. What do you like to use?
Oh, I'm very much a gel cleanser girl. I just
Yeah,
know that, it's featured a lot, isn't it? You see them in every sort of range, mostly. PCSK, Neostrata, that kind of thing. I'm not saying that. I don't. I agree. I think, like, in terms of, like, giving that skin the cleansed feeling, and makeup in particular as well. I don't think they're quite up there in my
yeah.
personal opinion. But yeah, they have the place, so I totally get where you're coming
I mean,
from.
if you speak to a lot of brands, or a lot of people are of that thought that if you're going to do a double cleanse, you should use two different types of cleanser. I'm just like, well, what an absolute waste. Like, you want to get the dirt off, you want to get the oil off, you want to dig deep into the pores and give it a really good clean. And then you want to give it that second wash to help with that
Yeah.
exfoliation, cleaning off the dead skin cells and just making sure that you're really kind of getting the best canvas for the other products to go on.
Yeah.
So for me, it's a preference. And I don't know, have you seen our Intradermology skincare quiz?
No.
Oh, it's in the Dropbox. I'll
No.
show you it, but we can send some out. I'll
Yeah.
pop a note in for us to send some out to you next time you place an order, and then you've got them.
Yeah.
And it is on the front, there's just questions for your clients. What's your skin type? What products you like to? But a lot of it, and I think for me, uh, a lot of the questions are around what do you like on your skin? What do you like to wear?
Hmm.
Do you
Hmm.
like a
Hmm.
thick moisturizer? Do you like something light? Do you like a rich night cream, or do you want something lighter to go to bed in? Do you want something richer during the lighter during the summer months and richer during the winter months? And how they can benefit from using intradermology, because with the boost up, which we're going to go into here as well, the boost up's quite an oily type serum, which you can use as a standalone product, but it is like an oil-based serum, but it's really good at altering the viscosity of the moisturizers so that you can wear
Right.
a different consistent. You could wear the same moisture morning and night
Yeah.
if you wished, but you could wear it lighter during the day and richer at night. And I think that
Right.
makes the range really versatile
Yeah,
as
it
well.
does.
Um, because we all know if you don't like wearing something, you won't wear it. And this was the whole point of Synergy 6. I hated wearing SPF. I'd got breakthrough pigmentation. I was really freckly. I was wearing sun cream, but not putting enough on, or not having enough of
SPF.
a broad spectrum SPF in it for me, and I couldn't get enough on my skin. So I was just always really struggling with this breakthrough pigmentation. I've got little patches of pigmentation still now, but I don't have that all over freckly face, which I used to have. And that is just because I use a daily SPF. So
No,
let's
that's
have a look.
brilliant. Thank you.
That's all right, darling. I'll ask away. So stage two. So stage two is your this for me, stage two is the third most important stage. So I would say SPF's your first most important stage. Washing your face actually should come joint first. So maybe stage two is your second, because you cleanse and prep and you protect with the SPF should come joint first, because that is an absolute bare minimum. And I would always say if you're working with clients on budget as well, but you want to set them off on a decent skincare journey, the right wash and the Synergy 6 is an absolute basic starting point for anybody as well. So heal and hydrate, really, really important that we are selecting the serums based on skin condition. And I think we've kept it very, very simple. And I'm going to go into the simplicity of selecting the serums as well as we go through. They're all designed to work on that cellular level to improve skin barrier function. We've got this sonicated HA, which is a topical hyaluronic acid that is designed to reduce inflammation in the skin. And most topical HAs are based on a low molecular weight hyaluronic acid that actually is inflammatory for the skin. And I know Melinda and Beth, you've both worked with me for a long time, you know how anti-inflammatory I am. Whereas I do think sometimes this industry is obsessed with creating an inflammatory response in the skin to stimulate collagen and elastin. And there's many other ways that we can do that without traumatizing or overly damaging the skin. Hence that why we use the Wow Fusion device in Wow Facial instead of any other microneedling modality, because I do believe that they can be too traumatic for the skin, especially if you've done a gentle peel before. So we have combinations of peptides, antioxidants, growth factors, vitamins, that hyaluronic acid, and lots of other things as well, particularly in the Pep Up, which is my favourite serum, to hydrate and heal the skin. So let's have a little look at a bit more depth into this sonicated HA. So it's a patented and protected secret process. But what we do is we take different weights of hyaluronic acid, so low, medium, and high molecular weight hyaluronic acid. We blend them together, and then we kind of bash it up with ultrasound to change the molecular size of the hyaluronic acid, whilst maintaining its anti-inflammatory benefits, because high molecular weight is anti-inflammatory, low molecular weight is inflammatory. And when we blend all these three together and change the molecular size by bashing them up with ultrasound, we end up with something that's overall anti-inflammatory, but provides a really good topical hyaluronic acid solution without that problem of inflammation. So we did a study at the University of Immunology and well, in the Department of Immunology and General Pathology at the Pavia University. And what we did was we created inflammation in human keratinocytes, and then we applied sonicated HA and non-sonicated HA, so normal topical hyaluronic acid, low molecular weight that you would use. And then we looked at the interleukin 8 response 24 hours post that inflammation. So interleukin 8 is a protein that is secreted where we see inflammation in the skin and in other cells in the body as well. So it acts as a marker to assess the anti-inflammatory effects of the topical product. And what we concluded from that study is there was no interleukin 8 response from the sonicated HA. So we see this dramatically reduced interleukin from the sonicated HA versus the non-sonicated HA, concluding that sonicated HA is an anti-inflammatory product. So one of the other star ingredients that we use through here is a form of vitamin C called ascorbyl tetraisobipalmitate. This is a highly efficient and highly stable vitamin C. It's a molecule that is registered as a quasi-drug in some countries as well due to its very powerful properties. And it's really bioavailable. So it's heat stable, oxygen stable, and more bioavailable for the skin as well. So what happens is, as you're massaging it into the skin, the enzymes free the ascorbic acid group from the ascorbyl tetraisobipalmitate in a very, very small molecule, which then becomes more bioavailable to the skin. It has that ability to penetrate through the skin barrier. It improves the emollency of the skin. It stimulates collagen and elastin. It works on hyperpigmentation, particularly epidermal pigment as well, so it can lift and reduce epidermal pigment. It has a brilliant brightening effect in the skin as well, but it can also help prevent cellular aging. It can, it's that powerful antioxidant as well, with that superior absorption into the skin. And there's many studies on ascorbyl tetraisobipalmitate as well that have confirmed its skin lightening benefits. It's photoprotective, so it obviously you don't want to not use an SPF, but it can protect the skin from the damaging UV rays from the sun. And then it's very hydrating as well. So overall, a very, very fantastic product. What I found, we put the our 20% vitamin C that's got ascorbyl tetraisobipalmitate in it, which is the day serum, the Vit C anhydrous, is in a dropper bottle. What I found, if it's been open for I'm terrible because I use like half a product, half a bottle, and then I decide I want to switch on to something else. So what I found was when I've got to the very, very bottom of it, there's been a slight change in colour, and that is oxidation of the vitamin C. But if somebody's using it daily, once a day, every day, it shouldn't change colour before they've used the end of the bottle. So I've just noticed that when I've had some lying around and there's been a lot of free oxygen in the bottle as well, and I've not used it for a while, that it's gone a very slight colour, but it will still be effective. I don't know if any of you have ever used the Abaji vitamin C oil. That's what I used to use. But literally 2 or 3 days after it being open, it started to go a lot more darker because it was oxidating. We don't see this with ascorbyl tetraisoparmitate. So let's have a little look at the benefits. We've kind of said this. So heat and oxygen stable, collagen synthesis, prevents lipid peroxidation and skin aging. It de-stresses the skin. It protects from UVA, UVB radiation. It reduces damage, cell damage and DNA damage. It inhibits the activity of tyrosinase, so preventing that activation of pigmentation in the skin as well, and has that superior absorption into the skin. Now, vitamin C is not always good for people with sensitive skin. That's why I don't use a lot of it. I'll use it for a bit and I like it, and then I think, oh, my skin might be getting a little bit sensitive. What I will switch to is the Pep Up. The Pep Up has no vitamin C in it, and it is this powerful combination of peptides, growth factors, amino acids, ceramides, lipids, cholesterol, omegas, everything like that. So we're working with the peptides, amino acids, and growth factors to regenerate skin health, improve skin health as well, whilst we're working with the cholesterols, the ceramides, the lipids, and the omegas to repair the skin barrier function as well. And the Pep Up complex typically is for people with some kind of atopic skin, whether it's psoriasis, eczema, rosacea, acne, general sensitivity, general redness in the skin as well. I've had such good feedback about this product. So when we were at BAMAN conference on Friday in London, a lady came over and she was talking to me. I don't think she knew who I was. I don't think she knew that I'd developed the range, and she'd been using it through Get Harley, and she was like, "Oh my word, I love Intradermology. I have such sensitive skin." And I went on the sensitive skin regime. I skin scanned myself. Then 6 weeks later, I skin scanned myself again, and the results were unbelievable. And she said, and then I did it again at 12 weeks. And she said, my sensitivity, my redness, my irritation, fine lines and wrinkles, everything was reduced. It's an unbelievable product. So I asked her what she was using, and she said, my main product that I use is the Pep Up. I really notice a difference in my skin when I use the Pep Up, and I notice my skin when I don't as well. So for me, this is our little hero product in the range. I kind of wanted it to be as well, because I wanted to make sure that it did what it said it did, because I want to heal skin. That's what I wanted to do. I want to heal my skin. I want my customers to be able to heal the skin of their clients and patients as well. So having a product that's really, really effective on people with atopic skin conditions is fantastic. I've got another one of our nurses who was suffering. She was a ZO girl. She loves the ZO. She still uses a bit of ZO, but really bad eczema and dryness all the way around her eyes for years and years and years. And then after about 3 weeks of her being on the Pep Up, she said, I can't believe it, my skin has healed. So this is a really, really remarkable product. It restores and protects the skin barrier. It soothes and calms irritated skin. It reduces redness and inflammation. It's got that sonicated HA in it as a base as well. It's providing intense hydration. It improves the overall texture and tone of the skin, and it is developed specifically for those with sensitive and atopic skin. Really easy to use. Do your cleanse and prep, your prep and refresh toner. Just add a few drops and massage it into your face and neck and to your chest as well. So particularly people may have a bit of acne or rosacea across their chest. They can use it on their chest area. And I always like to massage serums up and out, and really kind of work it in to the skin. I always like to go like this up my forehead. I like to go like this along my lymphs as well, and drain down my neck and then go up up the neck like this. Allow it to absorb for a few minutes before you apply your moisturizers. And obviously, if they've got that sensitive atopic skin, they must be wearing Synergy 6 afterwards as well. Now, if you do have that sensitive, irritated skin, I would recommend that you try and get that under control before you move on to your night retinols. Therefore, you can use your Pep Up morning and in the night as well. We know that the skin heals and repairs itself during the evening when we're asleep, particularly when we're in that deep sleep stage of our sleep, which I definitely don't get enough of because I keep looking at it on my watch. So the Boost Up Serum. So the Boost Up Serum is designed to be a skincare booster. So you could pop this on top of your Pep Up if you wanted a bit more uh, of an something that's going to lock in the benefits of that Pep Up, but you can also use it on top of any of your vitamin C serums. You can use it on top of your retinols, and you can actually mix it in with your moisturizers to increase the intensity of those moisturizers, make those moisturizers go a little bit further, but also alter the consistency of those moisturizers as well. Now, it is quite oily. So what I suggest you do is, if you're just going to apply it as on its own, just a couple of drops, give it a good rub up and a warm up in the hands as well, and then it will blend into the skin better. If you go in cold, it's quite thick. I sometimes like that kind of thickness on the face as well, because I want to reduce my sensitivity and I want to rebuild my skin barrier. So I sometimes put quite a decent layer of Boost Up on before I go to bed. It doesn't sit, my makeup doesn't sit well on top of a lot of Boost Up, but sometimes just a couple of drops and a good rub into the hands, and it will blend into the face. So it's got Camellia japonica seed oil, really, really good for calming sensitive skin. Squalene, rebuilding skin barrier function, adding strength and stability to those skin cells as well. It's got a small amount of ascorbyl tetraisoparmitate, so this is just 4%. So if you do have somebody who wants to start on their vitamin C journey because they've got dry, dehydrated, pigmented skin, but you don't want to put them straight onto the 20% vitamin C's, this is a really good starter. It's got triglycerides in there. It's got this Muramu seed butter in there, which it comes from a shea butter extract. It's got the Gossypium herbaceum seed oil as well. And then it's got dimethyl methoxychromanol, which is a vitamin E derivative that's about 500 times more powerful than vitamin E acetate. It's a really powerful antioxidant. And then we have tocopherol, and tocopherol is your vitamin E as well, but it's your vitamin E that you will find in your more expensive and bioavailable skincare. So the vitamin E acetate is what you will get in your cheap off the shelf sun creams. Don't want to mention any brand names or anything, but if they say it's got vitamin E in it, it usually has vitamin E acetate. Your more expensive skincare ranges, such as like SkinCeuticals and stuff, they use a lot of tocopherol and dimethyl methoxychromanol as well, because it is a smaller molecule that's more bioavailable for the skin. So a quick overview of the Boost Up. What does it do? It boosts the effects of your existing existing skincare products. It changes the consistency of your moisturizers as well, can increase the intensity of your entire routine. It enhances the benefits of your vitamin C's and your retinol serums. It's a powerful antioxidant. It's a really good hydrator, and it supports collagen production for firmer, more youthful looking skin as well. You can apply your vitamin C or your retinol serums as usual, and then you dispense a couple of drops of Boost Up, rub it onto your hands. I like to kind of press it over if you're going to use it to kind of lock in those vitamin C and retinols as well, kind of press it onto the skin. And then you can mix it with your moisturizers, particularly if you want to increase the intensity of your moisturizers, you want your moisturizers to last longer, or you want to alter the consistency so that it's a lighter consistency as well. And then you can use it morning or night. That's my favourite. This day serum with the vitamin C anhydrous is my absolute favourite product. It's in a very super light castor oil. It's got that sonicated hyaluronic acid in there as well. And then it has the ascorbyl tetraisoparmitate at 20%. So for vitamin C to have a really good therapeutic effect on the skin, it needs to be at least 15%, especially specifically if you want it to stimulate collagen and elastin, you want it to reduce pigmentation as well. So this is powerful at 20%. What I like about this oil as well is it just blends into the skin very, very easily. And again, I like to massage it up, out. I like to go along my limbs, down my neck, around my cheeks and up my eyebrows, lifting, you know, where you can, kind of lifting up as well. You could use a gua sha with it as well. In fact, I'm working with somebody looking at to develop an EMS. It's an electrical gua sha with EMS in it, so electrical muscle stimulation and red light as well, that you can use to apply your skincare products with, as particularly like for the neck and for lifting the face as well. So hopefully that'll be ready by the end of this year, and we can add that in to the Intradermology range as well. It's got that stabilized vitamin C. It's good for dehydrated, dry skin, pigmented skin. It's brightening the skin. It leaves that very silky, soft, smooth feel on the skin. What I like about this oil is it doesn't feel oily. So the Boost Up does feel quite oily on the skin and needs a good massage in. This really feels, it's got that slip and slide of a very gentle, light oil that very slowly soaks into the skin and just leaves the skin very dewy, very fresh. It doesn't feel like it's got oil on it. I'm an oily person. I get oily skin. I love how this feels on my skin as well. So for those that are really oily, we
Claire,
have...
can I just
Yeah.
interrupt really quick?
Of course,
Sorry if you
darling. Yeah,
covered
yeah.
this. Can you just give us a little bit, or give me a little bit more info on anhydrous HAs? I don't know if
Oh,
that's
sorry. Yes. So
so sorry.
anhydrous hyaluronic acid means it's had all the water taken out of it, so it attracts even more water to the skin. Oh, sorry.
No, you're
Sorry,
fine.
2 seconds.
Oh. Anda başım peki.
No, stop. Sorry. So yeah, so anhydrous hyaluronic acid means that it's had the water kind of taken out of it. That's why we mix it with the oil. So when you put it onto the skin, it attracts more water from the atmosphere. So really, really hydrating.
Amazing. Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah, perfect.
So Sonic HA. So again, this is that sonicated hyaluronic acid base. There's a little bit of oil in here, but what we've done with this is we've made it more mattifying, so that you can wear it if you've got oily skin as well. You can also wear it if you've got a drier skin, but it is more suitable for people with an oilier skin as well. So it's a slightly different form of vitamin C. It's 3,0-ethyl ascorbic acid. So 3,0-ethyl ascorbic acid is more stable than just ascorbic acid, but it's not as stable as ascorbyl tetraisoparmitate. Therefore, we have this product in an airless pump. So packaging is really important to the protection of the products, because so many people say, oh, can you do samples and sample pots? Well, a lot of things you don't want to take out of their packaging, because the packaging really suits the active ingredients that are in there. So if any of our products come in an airless pump, it's because they need protecting from oxygen, heat and light as well. So this has got a little bit of lactic acid, so again, really moisturizing, but then it's got epidermal and keratinocyte growth factors in there as well. A little bit of silver oxide. So if somebody is suffering with oily skin, but they have bacterial overload as well, the silver oxide is really antibacterial. This has got a nice glide onto the skin, but it does kind of leave a more matte finish. It doesn't feel... it's not as slippy and slidey as the ones with that are more oil based as well. This is one of our best selling products. So it's the one that we had in Wow as well that I just rebranded for Intradermology, because I absolutely loved this product. It's good for pigmentation. It's good for collagen and elastin stimulation. And like I said, it's better for somebody with an oilier complexion. It deeply hydrates and moisturizes. It improves the elasticity and firmness of the skin. It increases collagen production. It fights against free radicals. It brightens and evens out the skin tone and reduces the appearance of fine lines and wrinkles. And again, just apply onto the skin, circular motions up the neck, up the forehead. I apply all the serums in exactly the same way. Allow it to fully absorb into the skin. It won't take long. This one, it does dry onto the skin very, very quickly. And then always use your favorite moisturizer and your SPF on top. Use daily for best results. Any questions on the serums?
Just me. Is there any instance, Claire, where you'd recommend people use multiple serum, or would you generally recommend that they pick one that suits their skin the best?
I would
Sorry if you
recommend that
answered that.
I would recommend that they pick one that suits their skin the best, unless they want to power it up and add the boost up on top.
That's
That would be the
perfect.
only way that I would recommend. Like, I wouldn't recommend the Pep Up with a vitamin C, because generally somebody who's using Pep Up has more sensitive skin and the
Yeah.
vitamin Cs would be too powerful. They could, if they wanted to start getting introduced to vitamin Cs, then that's when they would use the Boost Up. So they could start by using the Pep Up and then putting the Boost Up on top, like tapping it onto the skin.
Yeah.
And then eventually, you know, if their skin sensitivities disappearing or healing, they could knock out the Pep Up and just use the Boost Up, and then they can move up onto the stronger
Yes.
vitamin C. I think that the whole idea of having a good skincare regime is actually that we sort out their skin conditions so that we can get them on something that is going to really make a difference to their skin aging. So if they have that sensitivity in the skin, using the Pep Up, and once we've sorted out the sensitivity, then perhaps, you know, if they're a drier skin type, we can get them on the anhydrous one, because it's more oil based, but it's got that vitamin C and it's going to keep that pigmentation at bay. Age spots stimulate collagen and elastin and generally just keep that skin activated. Or they can use the Sonic HA if they're more oily. So, but I think the idea is that we work on the sensitivity first with the Pep Up if they are sensitive, then we move them up to the Boost Up, and then once they kind of sort and we want to get them on a good strong vitamin C, we put them on the Vit C anhydrous or the Sonic HA, and then once they've got used to that as well, then they can put the Boost Up on top of those as well to power up the efficacy of them.
That's perfect. Thank you.
Moisturizers. So I don't like overly wearing a moisturizer. I wear Synergy 6. I will use either the Arvit or the Face It cream if I am feeling particularly dry, or I want to kind of get a lot of moisturization into my skin a couple of days before I've got to go out to a big event or something like that. But as a daily, I'm not a massive moisturizer lover. I do think a lot of moisturizers can make skin barriers lazy, a lot of the cheaper ones as well. So what I wanted to do with our moisturizers is load them with active ingredients to keep that skin activated. And I would only say, if you're sell your clients a moisturizer if they like wearing a moisturizer. It's not for everyone. If somebody comes to say, oh, I'm not really bothered about wearing a moisturizer, they'll get enough benefit from using the serums and they wash the serums and then the Synergy 6. So it's not an essential part of the regime. But if somebody likes it, we've got two very, very good moisturizers, slightly different consistencies and slightly different effects on the skin. So let's get into what we've got in them. So the Arvit Pro Cream. So this is our slightly richer cream as well. I actually do, when I put the Arvit on my skin, it really, really does glow. Offers a lot of radiance, and it's got niacinamide in it, which is really good for brightness. It's got a bit of glycerin, ascorbyl tetraisopalmitate at 4%, so low-level vitamin C. Then it has organic shea butter. It has acetyl heptapeptide 4, which is a peptide for sensitive skin, reducing redness and inflammation in the skin. So the acetyl heptapeptide 4 is featured in the Pep Up, it's featured in the Arvit Pro Cream, and we have it in the Synergy 6 as well. We have copper tripeptide. So the copper tripeptide is what works on the microbiome of the skin. And then we have SH polypeptides and SH oligopeptides. So this is your keratinocyte growth factor and your epidermal growth factors as well. So rebuilding that skin barrier function, helping moisturize the skin, reducing sensitivity, balancing out that microbiome, and then adding that brightness to the skin as well. It works to reduce wrinkles, improve skin barrier function. It's got that stabilized vitamin C in it as well, not too strong, so you can use it for a more sensitive type skin. So again, if you've got somebody who's had that more sensitive skin and you're working to reduce the sensitivity and you want to start introducing them to the vitamin C's, this is a really, really good product to work with as well. It can be used as a day or night cream, and if you want to change the consistency of it for daytime, you can add a couple of drops of that boost up as well with just a small amount of it just to change the consistency. It does come with a spatula, so I would always recommend that people scoop out the spatula instead of putting their fingers in the pot, just so that we're not causing like putting any bacteria into it. I mean, it's not sterile, so it's impossible to say we're not putting any bacteria in it, but just kind of reduce the what's the word I'm looking for?
Cross-infection.
Yeah, cross-infection and the exposure to other bacterias as well. Use it as part of your daily skincare routine, and then again, wait for it to absorb in and then apply your Synergy 6. So the Face It cream. So this is our most powerful antioxidant moisturizer. So this is for people who live in high pollution areas, are suffering from hyperpigmentation, sun damage. Maybe they smoke, maybe they drink, maybe they don't have such a healthy lifestyle as well, and it's really starting to show on their skin. It is a lighter consistency to the Arvit as well. It's got a slightly different form of vitamin C in it. So sodium ascorbyl phosphate works much better in a cream. It's gentle for the skin and it's a really good brightening agent. But then what we also have in here is the vitamin E derivative, dimethyl methoxychromanol. And as I said earlier, this is 500 times more potent than a vitamin C acetate. It's more potent than tocopherol. And it really has a protection effect over that DNA. It prevents UV radiation damage. It's anti-pollution. It makes the skin more resilient. It improves elasticity and it decreases age spots and deep wrinkles as well. It does have a very slight smell to it, the Face It, because the ferulic acid it does have a quiet scent, but once you've rubbed it into the skin, it disappears. But ferulic acid is one of the most powerful antioxidants that you can have to repair the skin from the effects of oxidation, from pollution, from sun damage as well. So this combination of ferulic acid, vitamin C and vitamin E, they all work together really well to kind of amplify the benefits of each of them. So there's a lot of scientific research on ferulic acid as well, and studies have shown that it's got that strong antioxidant properties. It scavenges free radicals, so cleans up the skin. It reduces oxidative stress. It enhances the stability and effectiveness of other ingredients, like I said, such as vitamin E and vitamin C. Has a protection over UV damage and can stimulate collagen and elastin production as well. And it's just a really, really good product at preventing premature aging. So keeping that elasticity, that firmness and that bounce in the skin. I'm gonna have to go and put some of this on now. I've read this. And put some on over I forget, I do like the Face It. I like that, like I said, I designed the whole range really for myself, but we see a lot of ferulic acid, vitamin C and vitamin E serums on the skin. For me, I thought ferulic acid would work better in a cream, and that's why we put it in a cream as well. So we're going to see that deeply nourished skin. We're going to see that protection from your environmental stresses. We're going to promote collagen and elastin. We're going to add that bounce and radiance back to the skin as well. Again, just apply a small amount using the spatula. I always put my moisturizers on in the same way. Well, actually what I do with the moisturizer is tend to rub it between my hands and then pat it into my skin like that and then rub it in. So I've got good coverage. That's also how I put my Synergy 6 on. I put a good splurge of Synergy 6 on my hands. I go like that. cover it, and then I just let a little bit of the water evaporate off, and then I rub it in. So I make sure I've got really, really good coverage from the SPF as well. So that's how I tend to put my moisturizers on. Everybody will have their own way of doing these things anyway. What I'm going to do as well, probably later on this year, I've already got the person who's going to do it with me. I'm going to do some little YouTube videos on what each product is and how to apply it to the skin as well. So they'll be coming out later on this year, and we'll just get all those kinds of things on YouTube for you to be able, for you to share with your clients if you wish, or for you to watch so you can show your clients. So, oh, I've just noticed a mistake on there, the 4th step. There we are. The 4th step is night repair. So the skin really actively repairs itself at night. As I said, when we're in that deep sleep, this is when we see that increase in skin cell turnover, and we see that healing, not just of the skin, but the entire body heals itself when we're asleep at night. We have our tri-ret complexes. So our tri-ret complex is a mixture of 3 different retinoids, because actually what they're doing, there's new rules coming out about the amount of retinoids that you can have in cosmetic products, and it comes out at a total of no more than 0.3% retinoids in your skincare products. So what we've done is I've developed this tri-ret complex, which gives us 0.3% of 3 different types of retinols as well, that all have slightly different effects on the skin, and they all kind of get into the skin in a different way as well. Now, for those that aren't suitable for retinoids, which was always me, I could wear it once or twice and then I'd be really irritated, I'd get really annoyed, and my skin would look awful and my makeup wouldn't look good, and I would stop using it. What I wanted to do was create a retinoid complex that didn't make the skin feel dry, didn't make the skin feel sensitive, but you could see when you woke up in the morning that you'd had a retinol on the night before, because you had that radiance, that brightness to the skin. It looked less, for me, my skin always looks less inflamed, and just better in the morning whenever I've used a retinol. Do you both use retinols? Melinda, do you use a retinol?
Sometimes, not all the time. Maybe once a week or every 2 weeks, not all the time.
Yes, yeah, I do what you said, Claire. I use it, then my skin starts to look really nice, and I stop using it again.
Yeah. It's annoying, isn't it? Because I think we all know the benefits of putting retinol on your skin, but for me, again, it's that kind of stimulating collagen and elastin and trying to stimulate healing by creating an inflammatory response in the skin. And it's not, for me, it's not always the right way of doing it. So I was like, I wanted the benefits of retinols in the skin without that inflammatory response, without that irritation, without that redness as well. And skincare technologies come on quite a lot, but we still see a lot of these people using just the old retinols at high percentages, when we know that retinol is actually fundamentally quite irritating for the skin. But many brands and many practitioners do believe that those kind of retinols are better for the skin. And for me, I was just like, there's got to be something else that we can do. So working with the formulators to create this tri-ret complex, and then actually trialing it and saying, you know what, I'm seeing the benefits of the retinol without the irritation was yeah, pretty cool. So and yeah, sometimes, people who then get used to using retinols all the time might want to titrate up and use something a little bit stronger. But I also don't believe in constantly trying to activate your skin, because I think your skin will get tired. You can see people who've over-processed their skin over the years, with particularly like people used to really excessively peel their skin or excessively microneedle their skin, almost like the skin gives up eventually, or it just gets this very plasticky look, which is what happens when you tip the ratio between your type 1 and type 3 collagen. So fundamentally, I think the skin should have that lovely type 1 soft, buttery, bouncy collagen in the skin. And type 3 collagen is your scar tissue collagen, which is what happens when you've suffered with the trauma. And when you use things like what's the words I'm looking for? collagen stimulators like your PLLAs or your polycaprolactones or your threads. They activate that inflammatory response in the skin, but it makes your skin lay down scar tissue collagen, type 3 collagen. And again, if you microneedle to a deep level or you microneedle a lot, what you're going to see is more lay down of type 3 collagen. And fundamentally, what type 3 collagen will do to the bounce and the softness of the skin, it will make it look a bit more tethered because your collagen fibers are a bit more like tight and crinkly instead of nice, soft and buttery and wavy. We want them, we want them looking like this. Type 3 collagen is more rigid, so it doesn't have the same movement. The skin doesn't reflect the light better. And you just see that when somebody's constantly over-processed their skin, is they've changed the ratio between type 1 collagen and type 3 collagen and ended up with this kind of almost like stuck down, plasticky looking skin. And it doesn't look nice and it doesn't look young. So, they might have stimulated more collagen and elastin, but it's about the type of collagen that we're trying to stimulate. And that's what I love about the Wow Fusion device, is that a lot of the stratum corneum remains intact. When a lot of the stratum corneum remains intact, you reduce transepidermal water loss, because increased transepidermal water loss increases inflammation in the skin and stimulates collagen and elastin, but is more likely to stimulate type 3 collagen because it wants to heal quickly. And type 3 collagen is what the body can make quicker because it is designed to heal wounds. But what we want really is that production of type 1 collagen, not type 3. Anyway, that's my rant over. That's my rant over about collagen stimulation. Obviously, I've sold a lot of the collagen stimulators over the years, but so I've seen the issues with them. And I think anything that creates an extended inflammatory response in the skin is not good, because when you increase your inflammatory markers in your skin, they signal to other areas of your body and can increase inflammation in other areas of your body as well. So not just in the skin. And we know as well that when people do suffer with inflammation in their body, or they've got autoimmune issues as well, you tend to be able to see it on the skin. So the skin is not disconnected from what's going on in the body, and vice versa as well. So let's have a little look at stage 4. So the night repair serums and creams are all there to achieve optimal skin health. They're derivatives of the vitamin A. So we're going to get into what they've got in there. But what we've got in the range is a Night Restore serum. So the Night Restore serum is for oily skin. So people with acne, oilier complexion, maybe a combination skin, and maybe for people with a normal skin that don't want to wear a cream on their face at night. Not everybody wants to put a cream on their face at night. So this is again where the choice comes in. What would you like? You've got a normal skin. Do you want a serum or a cream? So the serums for oilier skin through to normal skin, and they have that choice, the normal skins, on whether they want to wear the Night Repair serum or the Replenish Night Repair cream. What we have is this tri-ret complex, as we're talking about, and this is a combination of 3 things. So it's a retinol, 0.1% retinol, 0.1% retinaldehyde, which is in hydroxysomal technology. So it's almost like a liposome. It's a bilayer around the retinaldehyde that allows it to penetrate through the skin. And then we've got a new retinol ester, which is called hydroxypenocolone retinoate, and this is designed to replenish the skin with even less irritation. Now, retinaldehyde, do you both understand about the conversions of retinoids in the skin to become retinoic acid so that they attach onto the relevant receptors? Have you had that level of retinoid understanding?
Yes, I am happy for you to go through it for the purposes of the recording. That's absolutely fine.
Right, okay. Well, I think the form of vitamin A that the skin can use is retinoic acid. We can get retinoic acid creams and gels and lotions exactly for the skin, but they are usually dermatology and prescription only. So when you put some kind of retinoid on the skin, and it depends on the kind of retinoid, it goes through some conversions in the skin to become retinoic acid. Now, the more conversions needed, the less powerful the final amount of retinoic acid in the skin will be. So you've got things like retyl palmitate, and I believe retyl palmitate is 3 conversions away from becoming retinoic acid. And each time it is being converted through the skin, from retyl palmitate to retinol, from retinol to retinaldehyde, from retinaldehyde to retinoic acid, it is losing its potency, but eventually you'll get that conversion. It will become retinoic acid. It will attach onto the retinoic acid receptor in the cell to then start increasing the skin cell turnover, so firing up that skin cell turnover. And the reason why we want to increase skin cell turnover is that as the skin cells are moving up through the epidermis, as they imagine they start off lovely and plump like this, and then as they're moving up and up and up to the surface of the skin, they're getting flatter and flatter and flatter until they die and they end up with no nucleus. So you end up with those flat cells of the stratum corneum that have no nucleus in them. They are essentially dead skin cells. But if you speed up the skin cell turnover, what you get is a more plumper, juicier, younger looking cell at the surface of the skin, and that kind of helps with reduce the appearance of fine lines and wrinkles. We're reducing pigmentation because we're moving epidermal pigmentation up and out through the skin quicker as well. So that conversion is really, really important. Conversion to retinoic acid is really important if we want to increase that skin cell turnover. So let's have a little look at the ingredients. So retinol, everybody knows what retinol is. I'm not going to go more into that. It's so widely used as skincare. Retinol is 2 conversions away from retinoic acid. So it'll convert from retinol to retinaldehyde, from retinaldehyde to retinoic acid, and then it will attach onto the receptor. Fundamentally, though, retinol is probably the most irritating of the vitamin A derivatives. So what we wanted to look at is using something that's less irritating. So we have retinaldehyde. Retinaldehyde is 1 conversion away from retinoic acid in the skin. So it's a far more potent form of vitamin A. It doesn't lose a lot of its potency when it's just going through that 1 conversion. But then we've also encapsulated this retinaldehyde in a hydroxy calcium hydroxylapatite liposome, which allows it to penetrate through the skin. The enzymes and the pH of the skin, as we're rubbing it into the skin, form the outside of this hydroxysome to break. It releases its retinaldehyde past the stratum corneum where it's most active so that it can start that conversion to retinoic acid and attach onto the retinoic acid receptor site. Retinaldehyde inhibits UV induction of matrix metal proteinases. So it's in the inhibition of MMPs is really, really important because matrix metal proteinases break down your dermal proteins, your collagen, your elastin, and then they increase that aging, fine lines and wrinkles as well. Retinaldehyde is really good at thickening the epidermis. It's really good for keratinocyte proliferation and increasing exfoliation of those dead skin cells as well. So we get a better quality skin cell at the surface of the skin. And then we can increase fibroblast activity, fibroblast growth factors, collagen and elastin stimulation. And retinaldehyde is a very widely clinically tested product. So we know exactly what it does in the skin. So hydroxysomes, what are they? They are those porous beads of calcium phosphate, and they work via the skin's acidity, so that pH and enzymes as well, creating that flow and diffusion through the skin. It helps the stratum corneum to remain its barrier integrity while that retinaldehyde is converting and acting on the retinoic acid receptor site. So what do we see? We see a light exfoliation effect. We reduce imperfections, sun damage, age spots, fine lines and wrinkles. We stimulate fibroblast activity, therefore stimulating collagen, elastin, hyaluronic acids, the new glycosaminoglycans. And all this just means that you get a more youthful appearance to the skin and a decrease in your fine lines and wrinkles. So next up, hydroxyphenolone retinoate. So this is an ester of retinoic acid. And again, once again, it is just one conversion away from retinoic acid in the skin. So when it converts, it's quite potent as well. So very good ingredient, but it's really, really good for sensitive skin. It's quite mild in its nature as well. It's safe, it's effective, it reduces the visible signs of aging, reduces fine lines and wrinkles. It can make your skin, well, all retinoids actually make your skin more vulnerable to the sun. So it's really, really important that you use an SPF if you're using a retinoid at night. One study found that hydroxyphenolone exerts a synergistic anti-aging effect on the skin. So that's what we would expect from something that's going to convert to retinoic acid. We're going to see that reduction in fine lines and wrinkles, increase in collagen and elastin production as well. We're also going to see lifting of epidermal pigment and an extra hydration in the skin. So this combination of retinol, retinaldehyde, and hydroxyphenolone retinoate come together. All of them are at 0.1%. So we're staying under the required percentage for use in cosmetics. But what I will say is that it probably makes our Trirect complex one of the strongest retinoid cosmetic products. So you can feel safe that you are recommending something highly effective, strong enough to have a therapeutic benefit on the skin, whilst remaining on the right side of the EU regulations on what's allowed in cosmetics as well. So as I said, we have the serum. The serum is a very light serum. It's in that sonicated hyaluronic acid as well, so anti-inflammatory. And then we're delivering the retinoids in this, the retinaldehyde in particular in this encapsulated form to make it even less irritating. And just a reminder, the serum is good for your oilier skin, your combination skin, and then your normal skin if they don't want to wear a cream at night. But your normal skinned ladies or gentlemen can actually wear the cream if they wish, if that's what they prefer to wear. So again, asking those questions about how often, what they like to wear on their skin is really, really important. So how to use it. So I always say, if you've never used a retinol, you need to work up to try and use it. Some people say you should be using it every night. For me, I think 5 nights a week is actually plenty to wear a retinoid for. And there's different ways that you can do it. You can either start off like once or twice a week and then gradually increase either up to every other night. Or another way that I sometimes try and do it is like 1 week I'll wear it Monday, the next week I'll wear it Monday, Tuesday, the next week I'll wear it Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, the next week I'll wear it Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Find out from your clients which way they are most likely to want to wear it. Some people just say, I find it really easy to remember to put it on once or twice a week. And some people will say, eventually what I want to do is work up to put it on every night as well. So just find out which is going to be the best way to them. But I would always say, if they've never used a retinol in particular, that they would still need to try to titrate up to wearing this product. I think if you went in and put it on every night, in your first week, you will see some of that breakthrough irritation because it is still quite a potent product and you want to get the skin used to it gently. I can wear it for about 4 nights on the trot without noticing any irritation. I might get a little bit of exfoliation, but not so much irritation. But I'm terrible, I forget. I have all my supplements by my bed. For my morning and my night supplements are by my bed. My daytime supplements are around my desk, and I still forget to do stuff before I go to bed, usually because by the time I go to bed, I'm absolutely shattered and I wash my face and kind of get into bed. But if I do remember, I will put on a retinoid. Now, if they are using a retinoid at night, SPF compliance is even more essential because it will increase the sensitivity of the skin for the sun. So the Replenish Trirect Night Repair Cream. So this is for your people with drier skins, fine lines and wrinkles. What I would say as well, if you've got somebody who's got a more sensitive skin, but they want to start trying a retinol, that you would use the cream with them, because it's lots of things that kind of really repair that skin barrier in there. So it's got shea butter, jojoba oil, it's got your tocopherol, your vitamin E derivative as well. And then you've got your Trirec complex. So whilst your Trirec complex is working on the skin to aid that skin cell turnover, reduce fine lines and wrinkles, all the benefits that we've talked about, you've got your jojoba oil, your shea butter and your tocopherol really working to heal that skin barrier and repair the skin barrier as well. If you have somebody who is more likely to be a bit more sensitive to the retinoids, but they want to start wearing a retinoid at night as well, then the cream would be better for those people rather than the serum, because it has all these other benefits in it as well. And it's not a thick cream, and you only need a couple of pumps, so you don't slather yourself in the retinoid cream. You just need a couple of pumps, and then you would rub it all over the skin. Again, massage it up the same way, up your neck. Don't forget your neck. I think I spent years forgetting my neck, and now it's really starting to show its age. And again, you would titrate up and get used to wearing it the same way as you would the one with the serum. Happy with the retinoids?
Yes.
Brilliant. So for those clients that have a sensitive skin, that you definitely don't want to be putting a retinol on, maybe they've got really severe skin barrier compromisation, we have the Intense Repair Complex. This is one of my favourite products out of the range. It's the one that we use in Wow Facial as well. But what I think about the Intense Repair Complex, it's got fantastic ingredients in it, but it's also our best value product because it's 100 mils for £75. I think the RRP to the client is £75 for 100 mils, whereas the other creams are 50 mils and they're coming out at £65 and £75, and the serums are 30 mils and they're coming out at £55, £65 as well. So if somebody's got that really irritated, dry, red, sensitive, compromised skin barrier, you want to be recommending the Intense Repair Complex for them. I also like it for people who get irritated hands, like everything between their fingers. I always put the Intense Repair Complex on when I get itchy. I get quite itchy in between my hands as well because of my age, even though there's nothing there. And the Intense Repair Complex always calms like the itchiness down as well. And it's got a fantastic ingredient there called Pseudoalteromus ferment extract. So Pseudoalteromus ferment extract is fantastic for sensitive skin. It's fantastic for reducing redness. It's fantastic for calming and soothing the skin. We use Pseudoalteromus ferment extract in our Pep Up, and we use it in the Synergy 6 as well. So if you have somebody who's got that very, very sensitive, dry, red, compromised skin barrier, and you're going to use Pep Up, Intense Repair Complex and Synergy 6, they're getting a triple whammy of this Pseudoalteromus ferment extract. It's an extract that comes from, it was derived originally from the sea in French Polynesia, and it comes from these copras, which are things that grow over the coral reefs to protect the coral reefs from changes in pH, salinity, UV radiation, all that kind of stuff. It's now biomimetically manufactured and farmed inland to create this Pseudoalteromus ferment extract it is widely used in high-end skincare products as well. Then it's got your amino acids. So it's got serine, proline and alanine. These are all designed to repair the skin barrier function, calm the skin down as well. And it's in an organic shea butter mix, which will rebuild skin barrier function, prevent transepidermal water loss and really calm and soothe the skin. So for me, the Intense Repair Complex is just one of the winners out of the range as well, and we sell loads of it. I know, Melinda, you bought some, didn't you, for your mother-in-law, and it arrived damaged. Has she had a replacement yet?
Yes, she has.
Good.
Thank you very much. Absolutely loves it. I've been asking her to try it for, I don't know, about a year now. And they stayed with us for a good 2 weeks, and she saw what I'm doing and she said, "Oh, can I try?" And she did try. She said, "Oh my God, this is lovely." So she's hooked on finally. But to be honest, Claire, I have been using this and I haven't got any of those problems and I really like it.
Yeah, I mean, it's not just for people with those
Yeah.
problems. You know, I always say as well, if you like a really rich night cream, whether you've got just dry skin, maybe you've just got a few fine lines and wrinkles, then the Intense Repair Complex is really good for that. I just think it's really good value product. It's really nice to wear. It feels amazing. So yeah, I do absolutely love it. This is one of the things that I do keep on my bedside actually is the Intense Repair Complex.
Yes, but it sits really well on the skin.
Yeah, it blends in really, really well, I think, as well, which is, for me, obviously, one of the things that I work on with the formulators is that slip and slide and the feel of how products go into the skin. That's really, really important for me as well. Because once again, if you don't like wearing something or it just doesn't feel nice when you're putting it on, you won't put it on. It's as simple as that. So, you know, we're all about, you know, a lot of people are about textures and tones and feel and slip, slide, all these kinds of things. And it's not always the first things that are thought about when people are formulating skincare products. They tend to think about what the active ingredients are and not necessarily the consistencies and how it feels on the skin for the client. So that's really important for me. So I'm glad you like it. I'm glad your mother-in-law likes it as well.
And I do use it on a hand, specifically now, 'cause I had 4 weeks now. I had a hand surgery.
Oh, of course
And
you did, yeah.
got a scar. So it's completely closed now, but it's a little bit peeling on the edge still. And when I put this on overnight, I woke up in the morning and it's beautifully closed it up.
Nice. Wonderful.
Really nice, just soothing, almost feeling that, oh my God, he's doing something so good to my scar. So yeah, I'm very itching to get back to normal, but I still can't fully use my thumb. But that cream has done wonders.
I think it's really important when you've had hand surgery as well, isn't it, to keep that kind of the elasticity in the scar, because you don't want it to tense up, because you don't want it to prevent any movement in your hands going forwards. Like you said, you know, scarring on it. I don't know exactly where your scar is, but I used to sell a scar product to hand therapy and hand surgery because
Yeah.
out of the entire body, it's really, really important that you maintain as much movement in the hand as possible post surgery. And a lot of what they're finding is that restricted movement came from badly healing scars. So it's really important that you keep that scar moisturized and elastic so that you end up with that full range of movement in the skin. So keep moisturizing that scar.
Yes, I am. And I was told every day I have to massage it. So yeah, it's just a bit painful, you know.
Yeah, I know. Hopefully, how long ago was it now?
Today is 4 weeks.
Right. Okay. So you're still very, very early stages, aren't you? So hopefully the pain will just keep getting better and better.
Yeah, thank you.
So this product actually pumps out quite a lot. So it says apply one pump there, but one full pump is actually quite a lot for your face and neck. So sometimes you can get away with just a half a pump. It depends on the size of your face and everything like that. And again, just massage it onto the skin, focus on your dry and irritated areas. One of the things that I do like about the Intense Repair Complex as well. So Melinda, like if you are putting it over a scar or you're putting it over a patch of irritation, you can almost put a thick layer on like a mask and just leave it to sit there. It'll be even more effective. So I know there's been times where maybe somebody's had a negative effect to one of the peels or something and they've had a slight chemical burn. We just get them to use the Intense Repair Complex as a mask over that area for a week, and it completely speeds up the healing process and leaves the skin feeling lovely and soft and healed, and reduces the pain as well. So a really fantastic product for accelerating healing, restoring skin barrier function, all those kind of things that you would want from something called an Intense Repair Complex. So protect and prevent. I'm not going to keep you much longer because I thought we'd be on for about 70 minutes, but we've been on a bit longer now. So is everybody still all right for time?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Cool. So obviously preventing and protecting the skin from damage is really essential, particularly protecting from UV rays and pollution and other environmental stresses and free radical damage and reactive oxygen species. All those things lead to that premature aging. So using an effective SPF is the best thing that you can do for your skin. And obviously you're reducing your risk of skin cancers as well. And what we see when people get facial skin cancers is that they tend to get them in a lot of areas where they might miss putting their SPF. So hairline, around the corner of the eyes, the corner of the noses, and things like that. So with Synergy 6, what we've done is put that tint in it that is an application guide rather than coverage. So you'll get a little bit of coverage for it, but the idea is that we want to work on somebody's skin so that you can see how beautiful the skin is through their makeup and through their SPF and things like that. So that's why the Synergy 6 has been developed in the way that it is. Firm and Revive Eye Serum. I absolutely love this product. I've seen it work wonders on people's skin, and I'm going to talk to you a little bit more about the active ingredients that go into there as well. It's a really good value. We've loaded it with niacinamide, which is vitamin B3, which creates that brightness and reduces wrinkles around the eye area. Vitamin E is tocopherol, again, that powerful antioxidant, really emollient, reducing fine lines and wrinkles. Sodium hyaluronate, so it's that sonicated hyaluronic acid that's in here, so reducing that inflammatory effects around the eyes for anybody who has irritation, eczema and things like that around the eyes. Palmitoyl tripeptide 38. This product is called Matrixyl, is its brand name. Matrixyl was developed by the guy who developed Lumiere, but now it's widely sold out to labs to pop it into this high-end skincare, and it's really good at reducing fine lines and wrinkles, but I'll talk to you a little bit more about that because it's on the next page. And then acetyl tetrapeptide 5. This is a copper peptide, and this really calms, soothes the under eye area, stimulates collagen and elastin as well. So let's have a little look, spotlight on that palmitoyl tripeptide 38, or Matrixyl, as it's known as. So the manufacturer claims that it boosts the production of 6 major components of the skin matrix: collagen 1, collagen 3, and collagen 4, fibronectin, hyaluronic acid, and laminin 5, actually, that should say. And this results in a more even skin tone, fewer wrinkles, particularly in clinical trials that they looked at around the forehead and the crow's feet. So what I do when I'm putting the eye cream on, I put it under my eyes, I massage it into my crow's feet, and then I move it up and over my wrinkles on my forehead as well. And then what was reported in the clinical trials, that using 2% of Matrixyl, which is the percentage of Matrixyl that's in the eye cream as well, for 2 months daily, women reported a decrease in wrinkles by up to 31%, from 31% up to 100%. I don't quite believe the 100%, but that was taken directly off the website for Matrixyl. But we see this dramatic reduction in fine lines and wrinkles around the eyes, the crow's feet, and the forehead. So what we're going to see is that brightening of the under eye area and reducing the appearance of dark circles, hydration of the delicate skin. We're seeing a calmness and a smoothness to the skin, and increasing the texture and the firmness. We're going to plump the skin, improve elasticity and smoothness, reduce puffiness. So that's what the tripeptide 5 will do. It reduces puffiness around the eyes as well. And you just need half a pump. And I always recommend that you pop it on with this third finger, tap it in, give it a good rub in. Like I said, go out into your crow's feet and then massage the residual on your brow bone and up above your eyes as well. So really easy to use, super light. It's called it's a serum, but actually it's not a clear serum. It's a very light lotiony type cream. And then the Synergy 6. So Synergy 6, definitely the hero of the product of the range. I know you're both using this product. We were at BAMAN at the weekend, and literally everybody came up and said, "I love Synergy 6." And I think it's just fast become one of the best-selling SPFs in the aesthetics speciality as well. I know it's Get Harley's #1 best-selling product. And it's all about creating a product that was wearable, that was enjoyable to wear, but also that it did more than an SPF 50. In clinical trials, it came out as an SPF 70, but because of batch variations, we make claims that it's an SPF 50. We know categorically that every time we manufacture this product, we are manufacturing it as SPF 50 and above. So it's a hybrid product. It's a hybrid between physical filters and chemical filters. But chemical filters can be quite damaging for the skin, quite irritating for the skin. They can be hormone disruptive and they can have a systemic effect as well. So what we've done is we've used liposomal technology to encapsulate those chemical filters to make them too big to penetrate the skin. This means that they sit on the surface of the skin and do what they should do, because what chemical filters do is they absorb UV radiation. What physical filters do is they reflect UV radiation. And for me, if you want broad spectrum UVA, UVB and UVR damage, you need a hybrid of a chemical and a physical filter, not just a chemical or not just a physical filter. And I think as well, so when you just apply a physical filter, it can be quite mattifying, quite drying. It can sit in fine lines and wrinkles and things like that. And if you apply just a chemical filter as well, it can be too oily, too greasy, too irritating and things like that. So having this blend of your chemical and physical filters has meant that we can formulate something that sits in between those two spectrums, and it's just absolutely wonderful to wear. We also have a powerhouse of antioxidants and peptides in there. So we want to look at improving cellular health, barrier function, increasing hydration, reducing the appearance of fine lines and wrinkles, increasing elasticity, and decreasing sensitivity in the skin as well. So it is not just an SPF, it is that multitasking, hard-working product. So let's have a little look at the star ingredients. That liposomal chemical filters, your physical filters, we've got an environmental screen, so it's a pollutant filter. So XOP, which is the pollutant filter that sits in Synergy 6, that's the trademark of the product, kind of creates this mesh on the skin that captures even the smallest particulate pollution called particulate matter. Particulate matter has the ability to penetrate the stratum corneum. It's that small. And then this is when you see things like rebound, hyperpigmentation, rosacea, sensitivities, coupled that with UV radiation. So if you are in London, like I am, and you're in central London on a day like today, and you've got pollution and UV radiation on the skin and nothing to protect you, you're going to wreak havoc on your skin. We have an infrared screen. So an infrared screen is filtering out the thermal heat from the sun, because the thermal energy and the thermal heat from the sun can activate your matrix metal proteinases. So we want something that's going to inhibit the activation of your MMPs, because your matrix metal proteinases break down your dermal proteins, leading to that loss of strength, structure, depleting collagen and elastin, increasing fine lines and wrinkles, sagginess, and everything like that. So we want to protect and inhibit our skin from producing the matrix metal proteinases. We have Arabian cotton extract, which is a fantastic blue light filter. So filtering out blue light from the environment, but also from our screens, phones, laptops, TVs, etc. And then we have all these antioxidants and peptides in the range as well to stimulate collagen and elastin, having that antioxidant effect to protect from free radical damage, reactive oxygen species damage as well. So an absolute powerhouse of ingredients in there to protect and prevent damage from the skin. So here's some suggested skincare routines. Like I said, I am going to let you have these. You can get these slides. I'm going to send you both the Intradermology Dropbox so you can look at this presentation at any time that you like. And I'm going to show you the Dropbox in a minute as well. But it's really important when you are selecting regimes for people that you remember this. The wash is selected on your skin type. The serums are selected on your skin condition. Your moisturizer is selected based on whether they want to wear a moisturizer or not and what their skin condition is. Again, the night retinols are chosen on whether a retinol is A, suitable for their skin condition, and B, the serum or the cream is then selected on their skin type, whether it's dry or oily, normal, sensitive. I wouldn't be using retinoids until you've reduced that sensitivity. And then everybody needs Synergy 6, whether they are sensitive, dry, oily, normal, pigmented, whatever skin condition they've got. Synergy 6 is a must for absolutely everybody as well. So your normal skincare routine. So they can use the lactic wash if they wanted, if they were normal, you wanted after I would always start somebody on the lactic wash. If they're not used to using an exfoliating wash, start them on the lactic wash and then titrate up to the glycolic the next time. If they get on really well with the lactic, but they want more from their wash, you can move up and use the glycolic wash. Prep and Refresh toner, the Eye and Revive, the eye cream, Boost Up serum they could use, or if they want to use any of the vitamin C's, again, you've got much more scope with the normal skincare. Arvit cream, Night Restore serum or cream, again, it depends on what they like to wear, and then Synergy 6. So the normal skincare routine, this is a good example of it, but you can mix it up a little bit more for them. Combination routine. So the lactic wash, you could also, if they were more oily than dry, you could use the salicylic wash as well. Or if they really wanted, they could use salicylic wash over their T-zone and the lactic wash elsewhere, but that's just a little bit of a faff. Prep and Refresh toner, eye serum, the Sonic HA or the Vitsy Anhydrous, the Arvit, the Night Repair serum would be better for a combination skin, and then Synergy 6. Oily, so if they've got an oily skincare, salicylic wash, Prep and Refresh toner. The Boost Up, I would say the Sonic HA Bright is actually better for the oily skin. I think the Boost Up might be a little bit too oily. Moisturizers can be omitted if they don't want a moisturizer because they are oily. Then the Repair serum, and then the Synergy 6. Acne prone skin, I would say salicylic wash, Prep and Refresh toner, and most eye cream. I would say eye cream if they like to wear it. It depends. Again, it depends on their age. Pep Up, the Arvit or the Face Up as the moisturizer. The Triret Night serum, always the serum if they've got acne. You don't want to be blocking the skin. And actually, if they had acne, I would definitely be thinking about omitting the moisturizers from this. And then onto the Synergy 6, sun damaged or pigmentation routine. They can use either the lactic or the glycolic wash, the Vitsy Anhydrous or the Sonic HA, depending on whether they are dry or oily or what they like to wear. The Face It moisturizer is much better for pigmentation. Again, the Trirex, they can wear the serum or, this says serum or serum there, it should say serum or cream. I'll have to amend that. And then Synergy 6, as always, if they suffer with pigmentation and they refuse to wear an SPF, I'd be refusing to even deal with them. They might as well just give you their money and not bother with anything else. So the dry skin type is characterized by a lack of moisture and natural oils as well. So it may appear rough, flaky, dull. It's prone to fine lines and wrinkles. So again, lactic or glycolic wash, Prep and Refresh toner, Vitsy Anhydrous, plus the Boost Up if they want that extra boost. The Face It moisturizer, they can put the Face It moisturizer on and they can add the Boost Up into that as well. Then the Triret Repair Cream and Synergy 6. So for irritated, inflamed and sensitive skin, lactic wash, omit the Prep and Refresh toner, straight into the Pep Up and the Intense Repair, the Provit or the Intense Repair. They could wear, if they're stuck on budget, you could wear the Intense Repair Complex day and night as well. So, and then I would use the Pep Up again at night with the Intense Repair Complex over the top. Rosacea, lactic wash just once a day. I would always say just use it at night. In the morning, you might want to, you could potentially wash your skin with it again in the morning, but maybe just a tiny little bit, just to kind of get off any overnight sweat and dirt on. But you don't need to be giving yourself a really big wash twice a day if you've got sensitive skin. You want to be very, very gentle with it. Pep Up, Arvit Pro Cream, again about balancing that microbiome on the skin, feeding the skin with the growth factors to repair the barrier as well. At night, Pep Up an Intense Repair Complex, and then during the day, Synergy 6. So that's if they've got dry, red and sensitive rosacea. If they've got more bumpy, oily and pustular rosacea, you could actually use the salicylic acid wash as well. I find the salicylic acid wash really anti-inflammatory. So it really gives the skin a deep clean. It's anti-inflammatory. It calms and soothes the skin as well. Pep Up, Arvit Pro Cream, and then at night, Intense Repair Complex with the Pep Up as well. What's that? And then Synergy 6 during the day. So this is the glossary. I'm not going to read through it, but if you want to know a little bit more about what some of the actives done, it tells you where the product's found. So for example, let's have a look at this one. So dimethyl methoxychromanol is found in the Firm and Revive Eye Serum and the Boost Up. And then actually it's also found in the Face It. Let me just add in Face It as well. Eye Serum. Oh, found in Face It. So it's an antioxidant derived from vitamin E. It's anti-aging and protective. It has dimethyl methoxychromanol, which neutralizes free radicals, protecting the skin from oxidative stress and premature aging. It helps to maintain a youthful and a healthy complexion. But what you'll find is that as you go through, if you want to look at any of the active ingredients and so somebody said, oh, I need a product with pseudoalteromas ferment extract in it. I love it. I've been using it in other products. You can go to this, have a little look what's in it. It's in the Pep Up, the Synergy 6 and the Intense Repair Complex. And then that's it. So any questions?
No,
Yeah.
that's been amazing. But sorry.
Yeah, but Melinda, you've got a question.
Yeah, I just wanted to ask, the pepper,
Yeah.
can we use that on the eyelid?
Yes.
A
It is.
lady, beautiful skin, but around her eyes, super dry.
Yeah, so that's one of my nurses who's been suffering with eczema around her eyes has been using the Pep Up all over her face, and it's completely changed her skin, completely healed around her eyes. So she had really dry eczema type skin around her eyes. So yes, absolutely.
Really wrinkly as well, and she's got really nice skin everywhere else. Bizarre. Okay, thank you.
So I'm gonna do you want to have a quick look at the Dropbox while we're here?
Yes, please.
So, share my screen. So this is what's in the Intradermology Dropbox. So you've got in here, you've got various just images if you want to put on your socials and things like that. 5 steps. Let's have a little look. So this goes through all the steps as well. So if you want to do a carousel on your socials about the 5 steps, they are all in there. Then we've got, wait a minute. All your logos and images, product images, so all individual product images as well. So if you need them to put them like on your website or you want to just do individual product promotions, you've got the imagery there. Then we've got clinic display. So if you have a TV on display, it doesn't show up very well on here. So open it with PowerPoint actually, because this is how it opens up. It doesn't open up very well on the Dropbox. No, actually I need to just have a slight RRP change on these actually, but it's a living document this, so I can go in and alter it at any time that I like. So I'm probably going to go in and alter it, but you can just see it tells you a little bit about the product images, and you can just have that on rotate if you want, or if you want to sit down with your clients and go through and show them the range more in depth. Wait a minute. Some social media content for 2025, different routines, the training deck, That's not the one we've gone over. I've gone over this one here, January. Oh no, October 2024. That's the one we've just done. There's an earlier one there with less imagery in it as well. So it depends how you like to learn, but they've got pretty much the same content in them. There's just one that's been designed. There's some posters there as well. There's your skincare assessment quiz, Beth. But we've got these printed off, but if you wanted to print them off, you can
Oh,
do so.
lovely.
Yeah, that's
So you just
brilliant.
ask your clients, there's just A4, you just ask your clients to answer the front questions, and then on the back, what they've answered, it will tell you what to recommend, you know, whilst you're getting
brilliant.
used to the product range.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think after you've done this a few times and you've got used to the range, you'll just know off the
Yeah.
top of your head what to recommend, but this just makes
That's
it a lot
fab.
easier for you. And then, but yeah, there's like, what's that? So a little look, the little posters for in clinic as well. You can just get these printed off. It just tells you about the 5 stages, and to, you know, to speak to one of our trained practitioners to curate the perfect thing for you. So this is a working document, and Dan's back now as well, which I've missed her so terribly. So Danielle's back now, so I expect to see kind of like an uplift in the marketing materials again, because she's the expert in that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, lovely. Thank you so much.
No, pleasure. Thank you so much. I'm
Yeah,
going to
that
stop
has been
recording.
fantastic, Claire. Thank you. Actually, I mean, I love the products anyway, but it's just great to know so much about them. So thank you.
Yeah, pleasure.
Yeah, same here. Love.